Despite playing a lot, and I do mean a lot, of Final Fantasy V on Steam, I never actually finished platinuming it. I'm sitting at 32 of 39 achievements, so that's 7 left to unlock. First up is finishing the Bestiary for Field Research Professional. This usually unlocks right alongside the Platinum. I am missing 4 Bestiary entries, and I have a feeling I know exactly which ones they are. Next up is Adventurous Wayfarer for visiting every single map location. Okay, I know which one of those I'm missing, but I'll hit them all up just in case. For Management Laborer, I have to master all 22 jobs. While I personally consider myself a job master, having beat every single SJC, that's just an endgame grind fest. I'll also get the Lead Operator achievement along the way. But oh goody, of course I need Legendary Treasure Hunter and Item Detector for getting every single chest and hidden item. That's really going to be the crux of this playthrough, so let's go get this platinum party started. Galuf and Lena are rescued from goblins, and I'm snatching up the singular chest as I commandeer a pirate ship. But joke's on Ferris, it's just so I can use the secrets of the amulet to my advantage. I'm tenaciously treasure hunting in Tool for its chests and hidden items. Many of them are stored within the new player tutorial area, which I never go to, but some of them are behind Zock's house. The really good news is that since I don't actually need bestiary entries this playthrough, it's gonna be relatively encounterless. Blessed be the boosters. Wing Raptor's wings are clipped, and the Wind Shrine's hidden chests are mine. Along with, of course, the Wind Crystal jobs. Oh my god, I'm totally unrestricted. I can do whatever I want for once. I'll ponder that one as I plunder the Pirate's Cove for some extra booty. I've now chosen. I have to tell Zock how cool the night job is. I'm tooling around in the Torna Canal for some early levels as I face off against Carlabos. Barely an inconvenience, really. See you later, Sildra, as I drift downstream, ending up in the ship graveyard. Hello, Flail. We really gotta stop running into each other like this. Then I just say, stop to the skeletons. No more encounters in the ship graveyard, only opening chests and running the heck out of there. Only to be accosted by Siren. Sword swinging takes her down. She barely puts up a fight, silencing a knight, protecting herself, and by the time she swapped to undead form, 2 potions finished her off. Very casually cruising down to Carwin for the loot, new swords, and the hidden items. Except for one, which is on this pier blocked by a sailor until the merged world. We'll definitely be back. Moseying to the mountain for more loot, but it's just 2 chests this time. The real treasure are the friends we made along the way. Hey, don't dart Lena. Mageesa's minced and Forza's flattened with the power of my swords, because I just learned two-handed on the ascent. God, knights are strong. Just like Lena's love of animals is strong. I haven't forgotten her character trait. Hiryu is also strong enough to carry us all back to Tycoon Castle for yet more hidden treasures. There's actually quite a few outside of the standard treasure vaults Ashura, Healing Staff, and lowly Diamond Bell. Rest assured, I got them all. Waltzing into Waltz, I'm picking up the hidden silver specks and then plundering the Waltz Castle's chests and hidden items. Very rarely do I collect anything in here outside of the basement. Speaking of, there wasn't a jackanape in sight. Weird. But that meteor was impossible to miss. The Waltz Tower's treasures are missable, so before I sink it, I gotta go out of my way vine climbing for those chests. King Waltz will be fine, he'll walk it off. 100% completed. I can sink the tower now. That'll happen as soon as I gut Garula. God, two-handed is so busted, I love it. Just run it down, baby. The water crystal shatters and its shards are mine, unlocking even more jobs for me to use and abuse. Which I will do right now, since Carnack is currently conflagrated, challenging chest collection. Knack grind sessions truly are inevitable, but especially now, because I have barely fought anything this playthrough. I have chosen to let the night train ride, except it's Mystic Knights this time around. Finally set at level 16, Sid reprimands me for taking so long to get to the fire ship. Chill out, Dad. You can actually return to the fire ship later on, so it's not really missable, but I'm gonna run it down now, clearing the place out of all of its treasures, which includes a lot of conveyor belt rides. Speaking of running it down, here's Liquid Flame! Mystic Knights are firing up double-handed Blazara Blade. Our friend Ferris actually decides to be a team player and act as our healer. Kira counteracts the few counters that come out. Liquid Flame's Blazara bashed to bits. Now for the most fun part of platinuming Final Fantasy V, collecting every chest and bestiary entry in Carnack under a time crunch. Just kidding, it's just the chests this time. It's always a little nerve-wracking doing a one-and-done or dungeon, but it's doubly annoying with that timer. Fortunately, double-handed knights tear this place up. I've got every chest with time to spare, the gauche, the elf cape, and every single elixir and guild chest greedily grabbed. Blue magic? That's already done, bud. Later, Ironclaw. The fire crystal jobs are now mine, which includes the notorious ninja. Briefly back into the town of Carnack for the singular rod on the ramparts. Now to safely and discreetly saunter down to the ancient library. MK's ultra kill down to Ifrit. Just kidding. Encounters are off, buddy. Blazara Blade bounces books back to where they belong, in fear of humans. Ifrit opens up the path to the ninja suit, and after picking up the other, not-so-hidden chests, we're done here. Right after I give Byblos the business with my 1000-degree hot knife. Bye, bozo. Mid's rescued and returned to Carnack to reconvene the boat-building brain trust. I'm now free to sail the seas, completely unimpeded by pesky random battles, all the way down a crescent. So long, fire ship, we hardly knew ye. But Bingus is here, with a couple of new jobs for me. Those are for a later date, because I have a current date with a sandworm in the desert. Spicy Spellblades slice the sandworm while Ferris continues to heal the party. What a trooper. If you walk without rhythm, you won't attract the worm. But King Tycoon is not impressed. Oh goody, this again down in the catapult. 100% required for trophy progress this time. Sid and Mid are down, and we're up into the skies on the new airship. Crayclaw's clinging for dear life, but a double dose of Bolt Blades got something to say about that one. Gone's gone sky high, so I'm hitting up Jackhole for new coral sorts. May as well hit up the frequently forgotten Jackhole Cave too. All for the treasures, because there are far superior places to grind. But first, I'm off to Istri for Toad, then hitting the road for Romeo's Ballad. This is before embarrassing Bartz by going to his hometown of Licks. I'll get a luring arrow before buying out the ninja stock at the shop. Now I can grind at Black Flame Island, fruitfully, thanks to Throw. Scroll chucking is fast, but hardly free. Fortunately, with boosts and Bartz's family discount at Licks, I'm guild positive, so I can spam scrolls endlessly while powering up my level and jobs. So, while I do this, powering up, why not like the video and subscribe to the channel? If you're interested in the full, bona fide platinum, and many other Final Fantasy V videos, perhaps you would like to check out the channel memberships or the Patreon. I got a feeling there's content that you'll like over there. Wink. With a special thank you to my blessed Buster boys for your continued support. Look at that, the shilling's over, and my grind is too. Well, I unlocked Throw and gained a bunch of levels, so I'm moving on. We're heading back to Wall's Castle to enter the water tower for Shiva. She's already in the bestiary, but I'm not sure if every location is saved in my master file for Adventurous Wayfarer. Better safe than sorry. I ran in, got visiting credit, tagged Shiva with a flame scroll, and left. The Brain Lords need Galuf's adamantite for advanced air traffic control, so I took out the adamantoids in the easiest way possible. Monks with guard take 0 damage from physicals and counterattack occasionally. That blue turtle didn't stand a chance, and I didn't even know when I won because I walked away from my computer. With the ship upgraded, I'm raising myself up to the Roncaroans. Lightning Rod Summoners smashing rods? Not this time, bucko. It's spamming Thunder Scrolls. It's just as, if not even more effective than rod smashing. The 4 sets of side launchers and the soul cannon itself are fried to a crisp with scrolls. Inside the Wonky Ronky Ruins, there's 12 more chests to collect, many of them behind secret paths. Thanks, Thief, you actually did something. Just gotta dodge these pitfalls to grab the last chest, and look at that, it's King Tycoon and his slippery serpent. Monkeying around with focused fisting always works on Arcuavis. Ferris babysitting as a white mage completely shuts down anything Arcuavis can do too. By the time Arcuavis gets wise and tries a maelstrom, it's already dead. King Tycoon's blatantly ignoring the museum rules and touches the crystal. Xdeath explodes out, and then he leaves, never to be seen again. Dodged a bullet with that one. If only it could be so easy. The girls instantly guilt-trip Bartz into going to another world. But to do so, I need to blast the bomb squad with more summoner scrolls. Then tickle Titan with thunder. Finally, I'm teaching the Chimera Brain a lesson in the exact same fashion. After a quick double check that I have everything from Bartz's world, a convenient convergence gets me to Galuf's world, but I must ensure I open this chest by beating the Abductor. I don't think it counts, but I'm not risking it. Bartz and the babes are trapped in a cell, but Galuf breaks in and grabs the goods. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Galuf's summoning up the power of the scrolls and telling Gilgamesh to get gone. A set piece on the big bridge means I actually have to battle. Too bad for those goons. The scrolls are simply too powerful. Gilgamesh, despite his antics with Haste Shell and Protect, succumbs to Summoner Scrolls. I love a completely brainless strategy. It's perfect for guys like me. Barrier blasted to a goal, I did a quick in and out for items before sauntering south to the spelunking spot. Once I've accosted Mr. Moogle and burned the baddies, I'm free to grab the 2 chests down here. The extinct Tyrannosaur is forcibly revived with a Phoenix down, the same as it always is. Delightfully devilish desert walking gets me to the Moogle Forest. There's a few free chests and one I need to use mimicry. Maybe Gogo really was onto something. A quick Drake shake back to Ball, where I harass a couple of merchants minding their own business for the hidden items. That also includes the greatsword hidden in the water. Yes, you can actually get it early, and you should, because we have to go to Drakenvale. But first, I take one step into the Gill Cave for completion's sake. Kooky Kelb is on the way to Drakenvale, but Kelgar accosts me, and I'm forced to listen to the tale of the Dawn Warriors. They were so intelligent and brave. I'm really glad they didn't make Xdeath my problem. Hang on, wait a second. Kelb's shops have new magical hats and Gaia gear, so I'm loading up. Requiem's not required, but I've been barding behind the scenes. I'm being extra careful in case the secret songs do count as hidden items. Spoiler alert, they don't. No one's ever returned from Drakenvale, huh? Why didn't they just shut encounters off? Are they stupid? With the handful of chests plundered, and the bone mail collected, and virtually no resistance, I've reached the peak. The Dragon Pod's dragon flowers are easily crushed with Gaia Gear boosted Titan. The Dragon Pod stands there, menacingly, but accomplishes nothing. I've grabbed the grass and I'm just teleporting myself back to Ball, where Lena voraciously devours it. Save some for the Drake, lady. Sage Guido's cave, here I go. Over to Sergei Castle. Zaza's favorite song and the secret float spell enter my spellbook after restocking the bookshelves. Unfortunately, there is one hidden item blocked by a magician, so I'll have to return to Sergei Castle later. So I'll head over to the Great Fleet of Sergei instead. Zaza offers me a snooze on his cruiser. I knew I liked this guy. Gilgamesh, why did you wake me up? That makes me so angry. And you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Frenzied flame flinging from scrolls roast both Gilgamesh and Enkidu in no time at all. White Wind didn't even fully heal Gilgamesh. How embarrassing. I don't know how it happened, but I've mysteriously found myself in the barrier tower. Summoners with scrolls easily deal with both trap chests. I've got flame scrolls for the yellow dragons and absolutely titanic Anarchies for the red dragons. All barrier tower chests successfully collected. Now, the real question. Am I gonna grind for a reflect ring? Yes. Yes, I am. Hey, EXP is EXP, man. And I did just master Summoner, and then Ninja too. I did finally get a single reflect ring. Now for the interdimensional Maw Atmos at the top. Well, the slightly stupider than Summoner Black Mage still tears through him with rod-boosted Thunder Scrolls. The game gives you the Entrusted Hearts trophy for Zaza getting blowed up, by the way. With his submarine, new areas open up and mysteries are being revealed like never before. Sage Guido's cave, as usual, makes me irrationally angry. It's just such a nothing dungeon, and it feels completely pointless. In other news, the Guardian branch is now mine. I need to go to the optional North Island and enter the Chocobo Forest. I'm sure that I've been here before sometime, but I'm just checking up on Coco. Setting sail south to Emergent Moor. Grabbing the Ghost 2.0 is mandatory. I'm also incredibly wealthy, so I bought everything. Why not? Inside the forest, chest collecting continues. Meticulous map checking makes this a lot easier since you can see past that pesky fog of war. I briefly thought about the Flame Shield, but the Aegis Shield is simply too good. Post Forest Fire Ash and Flame Tongue acquired. Now let's do exactly what Xdeath wants us to do, which is to throw a mountain of gil at the crystals, instantly destroying them in 2 turns, and I ate like an Earthshaker. The Zenny Cannon is very funny, but I'm an economical gamer, so I just set up Galuf to beat down Xdeath while I walked away. When I returned, Kryl was in the party, ripe for revenge. Xdeath's castle's true form was revealed thanks to Kelgar of the Dawn Warriors. Yeah, he got forcibly dragged to the afterlife by Galuf. Xdeath's castle contains many chests, and I easily plunder them all since I don't have to deal with any of the monsters inside. I love it, dude. I did swap to a Geomancer for those pesky lava sections, though. If you're curious, yes, you need to loot this empty chest. You must do it in a regular platinum attempt to tag the 3 forms of Gilgamesh in the bestiary, but I already did that. I'm just gonna pay Gilgamesh to get lost, while Ferris spam heals the party. Well, it was kind of more of the barter system since I was just throwing junk at him, but it's the same idea. Gilgamesh accepts my offerings and leaves to the end zone. With one final check, that's all of Galuf's world's tasks completed. The only thing left is to destroy Xdeath once and for all. I'm actually tapping into my wallet this time around. Ferris is on Kiraga duty, but she did dunk on Xdeath with a final shuriken throw. The day is saved, and I found myself back in Bartz's world. Or is it? Bridging back to Boko, and absolutely demolishing the antline with its rare water weakness thanks to throw. Ferris is back in, and really, we never should have left her at Tycoon. Look what happened to Lena. Watching that turtle and Xdeath battle is fun like 20 times. Afterwards, it's getting a little dull. Yeah, I know about the legendary weapons. I already did that trophy. I made sure to snag the missable Manus Pain song from the Scholar, just in case. That reminds me, the elderly man in Surgate Castle is gone, revealing the last hidden item, a cottage. Okay, but Surgate Castle successfully completed. Inside Merged More, the eternal debate of Chicken Knife or Brave Blade is pointless, as neither counts for hidden items. The Gargoyle Guardians are a complete joke with any kind of multi-target damage. Black Mages with Throw have that one in spades. Oh, buddy, is the Pyramid of More annoying this time around. It's filled to the absolute brim with treasure. 28 chests to collect. The pyramid being filled with treasure is cool and thematic, but it really makes getting through here a slog. The Thief's natural hidden passages ability is getting a real workout. There's a lot of tricks inside and forced encounters from ancient alien robots and trapped chests. Eventually, I meticulously grabbed it all, culminating in snagging the tablet at the top. No need for a strategy on Melusine, spamming Fyraga boosted by Flamerod's roaster before she has a chance to do anything. Lena's back in the party, and after witnessing the slurpening, I have the airship, which means I can finally get some of those darn trophies. I'm right next to Ragol, so I drop down to grab the ribbon. Then, shockingly, I need to fight a battle for a Frost Bull in this area. That's the first of the 4 missing bestiary entries. But I gotta do the standard setup. I take the airship back to Boko, and then I head off to Istri Falls for the magic lamp. Solid in every playthrough, but required for the platinum as Istri Falls' single hidden item. Racing back to Kuza, I dumped my tablet and snagged my first 3 weapons. But I'll never tell you what they were. Xdeath unleashes the monsters of the void to try and defeat me. But joke's on him, I just needed the areas unlocked because there's chests in there. Carwin's final hidden item is available now. Another cottage on the pier and a doppelganger? What? Oh my god, the deception. But Sildra will never let me down. Flying down to Phantom, I'm always interested in 4 pairs of Hermes sandals. But I also came here for the mandatory thief knife, its singular hidden item. Who needs a Mirage vest? Not this guy. But I will be freeing Bingus and mastering the piano. May as well get the final songs for completion's sake back at Crescent. Even though they weren't required at all, I tricked myself into thinking they were for some reason. The bestiary is missing 3 entries, and they're all southwestern sea life. Water scorpions, a rare Villia, and finally a Gelfish are all blasted by Air Knife Sildra. Except Villia. She got blowed up with Fyraga. The bestiary is now completed, and Field Research Professional unlocked. Past West put in most of the legwork for that one though. The Jackal Cave is nearby, so sure, let's go pick up Odin. That was, moving on to the nearby Island Shrine. 2 more Gargoyle Guardians blowed up, and I'm in. Yeah, we're gonna need both Thief and Geomancer for these hidden chests. The most obnoxious hidden chests are right here in the Switch Room. Who would check these walls, man? The great news is that I have to go through every single iteration of Switches, too. Nice. The remainder of the Island Shrine is pretty unremarkable. The trap chests are nothing to me at this point. Then you just gotta dodge the Bart-sized holes to reach the Wendigo. My favorite strategies are to brainlessly win, and to do that, I swap Bartz and Kryl to Knights with Summon Magic. I equip them both with Ice Shields from Xdeath's Castle and the Pyramid. Summoning Air Knife Sildra triggers Frost counters, which Bartz and Kryl just so happen to absorb with those Ice Shields. The Tycoon Sisters are on borrowed time, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make because I set it up and walked away. When I returned, the tablet was mine, and that opens up the Fork Tower. The trio of girls are going up the magic side, and Bartz is solo up the physical side. There are 2 treasure chests per tower, a total of 4. Bartz is just monkeying around with guard. I just waited for the counters to pulverize Minotaur. Lena's equipped with a reflect ring, so she's invincible. Even without it, Omniscient's weak to wind damage, so Sildra's slamming him around like a ragdoll. The towers disappear, and I descend down into the catapult. Those big brain boys have dreamt up a submarine, and I let them make that a reality on my airship. First things first, the single map location that I haven't gone to. Just south of Carnack with the sub, you can find the Stats Man in this hidden cave. Oh yeah. Adventurer Wayfarer popped, and we are well on our way to getting all the chests. The Sunken Walls Tower is up next. I hurry up to the bottom, and then wait for Gogo to give up the Mime Shard. I have to master all of the jobs, and Mime is indeed one of them. Speaking of mastering jobs, Gogo's boosted battle instantly mastered Bard. Now, Geomancers enter one of the only dungeons where they're actually useful, the Undersea Trench. The Gargoyle Guardians are blasted by Sildra. I also opted to grind here a little bit. With my newly acquired Sing command, Requiem deals ridiculous damage to undead enemies, and everything in here just so happens to be undead. None of the chests are particularly well hidden, but there's a bit of chicanery for the flame ring if you flip the wrong switch. Everything in the Undersea Trench being undead also applies to the boss. These 3 babies in a trench coat succumb to dastardly dirges. That's tablet 3 of 4, all of the chests, some huge EXP, and Geomancer was mastered along the way. Couldn't have asked for a better trench run. Istri Falls has the final tablet, but really, I'm just here for the loot. I did a job shuffle kerfuffle over to Mime, but I'm still spamming Sildra to wipe out all resistance. Istri is a rather uneventful chest collection campaign, but there's a Reflect Ring and an Aegis Shield, so I'll never complain about that. The final tablet. And Leviathan devours Red Guy. Oh, thanks, bud. I'm out of here. I took a stop at Phantom just to make absolutely sure that I had enough elixirs. Afterwards, I flew Bingus south to the North Desert, then walked south to the Phoenix Tower. Mimes are blasting Sildra every time I get into a battle, which is all of the time. Lucky or unlucky? You can be the judge on that one. In the Phoenix Tower, magic pots appear on every 5th floor. The only way to defeat them is to throw an elixir at them. Since they hide hidden items, it's required. However, they're so grateful they give you an ungodly amount of ability points. Just gotta make sure that your mimes actually have the item command on. At 400 ability points per battle with boosts, plus my many mandatory optional battles, I mastered both Mime and Red Mage as I ascended the Phoenix Tower. The final hidden item is here, and it looks like I didn't miss any, because item detector just popped. Then I reached the top, collected my Phoenix Summon, and warped out only to immediately head back inside. I just can't help myself. I need to steal 4 Reflect Rings and Rainbow Dresses from Parthenopes and Lemures. It's clearly completely unnecessary, but I did use them to trash Bahamut. This is maybe a little inefficient, but I spent some time grinding in the North Desert for levels. I opted to master Blue Mage, Thief, and Berserker out here. With that completed, I did final Rift preparations, which included getting all of my legendary weapons. Now for the most casual Rift trip you've ever seen. I'm just running through, snagging every single remaining chest. Elixirs, a blood sword, ooh, a ribbon, that's a good one. Oh no, it's Califasteri, I'm gonna use Meteor. Putting a maze in here would have slowed me down a little more. The caves have a secret behind the waterfall. This is an easily missed Angel Ring. But don't forget the easily found Coral Ring. Maybe they should have swapped locations on those. Deftly dodging Omega, the Apanda suffers as I blast him with Ifrit and Phoenix. He simply could not retaliate. Casually cruising through the castle in the sky for the chests. Hermes Sandals and a Thor's Hammer. Down to Azomagia, who doesn't put up a lick of resistance. The only thing that could stop me is level-based blue magic. But for once, I actually came in here at a prime number level. I'm shocked too, that never happens. The Dancer gear is contained within the chests in the prison, and I snatched it all after blowing up several Jura Avis. Catastrophe's crushed with this one simple trick, putting on float pre-battle and equipping a Reflect Ring. The Dimension Castle's final chest contains the Man-Eater. Now this is just a boss rush. The eternally unremarkable Halicarnassus forces me to use 4 Maiden's Kisses before being blown apart by Meteor. Twintania is easily exploited with 4 Reflect Rings and White Mage's Holy Magic. The guy just did not stand a chance. The final area, and that means there's the final chests. Also, Gilgamesh is here. Chest collection complete, outside of that single one down there, but we're gonna come back for that a little later. For now, the Necrophobe and his invincible barriers are blown apart instantly. Now I'm just sitting here, waiting for Gilgamesh to stop yapping to finish my final tasks. With the save point now active, it's time to grind. You have to master every single job for Management Laborer, even with permanent boosts and Magic Pot bribery. This is still a pretty lengthy grind. I went through several strategy iterations. First it was summoning Bahamut, but Behemoths actually countered that with Meteor. Kinda dangerous. So I swapped to spamming Odin, fishing for Zantetsuken's. It was pretty good, but eventually I got wise to the game. The best way to grind here, bar none, is to unleash the Zeni Cannon. At level 53, with boosts on, spamming Gil Toss is still Gil positive. Zeni Nage shreds everything at no MP cost, and that's really good because I have like 3 cottages left. Throwing Gil at every single encounter to get every job mastered still took like 40 minutes. But all 22 jobs are done, and that gave me 2 trophies. lead operator for the first 15 jobs, and management laborer for all 22. Suited up as freelancers is the best gear. All I need is to get the Ragnarok from Shinryu in that last chest. The easy solution to Shinryu is to berserk it with mix, but do I even have the ingredients? Oh my god. God bless you, Adamantoise. Your turtle shell will be used to berserk Shinryu for a free win and that last trophy. Bartz with the legendary Masamune gets his first turn. He throws down a Bacchus cider mix with a turtle shell and holy water, then proceeds to guard. Everyone else spams rapid fire until Shinryu turns them into red mist, but the classic strategy of guard counter versus auto attacker wins completely brainlessly. My favorite way to win. Yeah, didn't even need to finish off Xdeath this time. The last chest is popped, and that unlocks Legendary Treasure Hunter, followed immediately by the Platinum. For whatever reason, these two popped on my other monitor, but here's the proof I got them all. That's kind of a lame way to send this off. I'll just go ahead and crush Xdeath beneath my boot. Time is money, and I've got both of them on. Watch and learn, Dawn Warriors. Quick into double Zenny Cannon. Tree Xdeath shredded by Gil, accomplishing 1 physical attack versus Kryl. Neo Xdeath's ultimate form is buried in Gil immediately after. No need for the quickness or magic lamps. A hasted Zenny Bonanza is more than enough to win. Xdeath tried to slug Lena like once, but she simply slapped his hand away thanks to Shiradori. The front falls first, then the 2 metal parts, and the lady in the back, for once in her existence, dies last. That's Final Fantasy V, perfectly platinumed, a second time, on Steam. This performative platinum playthrough of Final Fantasy V was completed in 9 hours, 27 minutes, and 42 seconds. I thought one was enough, but here we are finishing it a second time. Getting through dungeons while chest collecting is easy, with encounters off, but you do still need to physically go through every single one of them, even the optional ones, because there's chests in there. Treasure Hunter and Item Detector are always the worst part of these pixel platinums. You miss a single chest or hidden item in a one-and-doneer dungeon, and your platinum attempt is ruined! You just gotta be extra careful and especially meticulous. Most of the time those one-and-doneer dungeons aren't timed like in Carnack though. Unsurprising to me and probably all of you that the last bestiary entries were in the oceans, miles out of the way of any real gameplay. The secret statsman under Carnack is easily missed. I'm sure that was the only location that I never visited. The optional Chocobo Forest in 5 is easily missed, but I'm sure I checked up on Coco and Galuf's world at least one time. It was probably in Summoner only since I was there for Shout anyways. It's really nice that there's some tracking in your master save file. It really would have sucked if every playthrough you had to start from scratch. Boosts help a lot, but they can only do so much to alleviate the grind. Mastering all 22 jobs is really just a time investment that you need to do if you want the platinum. As a fun little bit of trivia, I think if you're on the GBA, you can actually master all the jobs faster than with the Pixel Remaster's boosts. With quick save and counter manipulation, you always get a second encounter mover on the final floor of the Rift. That's easily defeated with Gil Toss, and yes, it is absolutely Gil positive even without boosts. Well, that's it. 7 final achievements for the Steam version completed. This was a very abbreviated Platinum playthrough. If you want the whole shebang of the Platinum, it's once again available on Premium Buster via channel memberships on YouTube or the Patreon. I just thought this would be a fun way to get back into the swing of things. Thank you for watching, with a special double thank you to all of my blessed Buster boys for your continued support. I will see all of you in the next video.